Okay. What is the stream settings? What do we have it as? Okay. Okay, let's stop that. Pop out chat. There we go. Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Oh man, it's been a while. It's good to hang out. Let's see who we got here. We have Cry, Fabian, Braden, Venus and Furs, Cody, Kuno, is that how you say your name? Alex, Flopsy, that's a great name. Natalie, Nick, Chayton. All right, we're in. What's up, everybody? Deep dive on the Who's Quadrophenia. Has it been that? Oh my gosh, we're coming up on a year. Angus? Okay. Thank you, the Zen. I can't say your name. How do you say that? Zenitsu fan? Hey, Denmark in the house. Welcome. Thank you, Flopsy. What's up, Mike? Michael? Oh, yeah. You know, where is Parallelograms? How do you even say? I can't even say his channel name. Yeah, that guy'd be fun to collaborate with, but I think he's on I think he's in Europe somewhere. I'm okay, Trash. Thank you. How are you? All right, in Munich for a university reunion. That's fun. The Soft Bullet by the Flaming Lips. I'm not familiar with that one, to be honest. I like the Flaming Lips a lot. I don't have their catalog like ingrained in my my brain. But ooh, oh yeah, this totally looks like my alley. I'll check it out for sure. What's up, Angus? Thanks, man. Arctic Monkeys. Yeah, that'd be fun. Scotland. All right, Alex. Hope you're doing good. Oh, yeah. I like what I hear so far from the new Arctic Monkeys. You're seeing the Who. Oh, that's great. I didn't realize they were out and about right now. I did not see the Elvis movie, no. Am I going to get Sail on Sailor? I'll put it this way. If Universal wants to work with me to show off the set, I'll definitely do that. But like, just as it is, I was hoping for more bonus tracks. I'll check out the live album, or the live concert, but I already have both of those albums, Carl and the Passions and Holland, and I don't need another form of them. So yeah, I don't know. It's not as appealing to me. Will I be doing a review of the Animals remix? I will probably do an informal type of review. I don't think I'm going to be doing a stereo showdown for it. But I have 2 other pressings I'm looking forward to compare it to. What's my thought on Atom Heart Mother? You know, that's a very good question, and I've been trying to formulate how I feel about that album. And it's not because I'm disappointed by it, but I guess I went into it expecting something a little different, and it feels, and I think rightly so, a bit of a transitory, that's not the right word. it feels like an in-between album. Like they're on their way to what would later make them famous, but they're all, I shouldn't say that. They're on their way to becoming, you know, Dark Side of the Moon Pink Floyd, but they're not quite there yet. So there's still some trappings of the earlier stuff. So yeah, I don't know yet how exactly I feel about it. I can tell you that it's not one of my favorites, but I like it more than the Final Cut. You should try to look at the new Chili Peppers album. Yeah, you know, I checked it out and I thought it was enjoyable, but it felt like, no offense, but it felt very kind of one note, sort of flat for me. And maybe that's just because I only listened to it once, but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was a very kind of vibey album and it was just fun to relax to, but yeah. Ooh, The Edge by Yes, Close to the Edge. I love that album. Oh, Taylor Swift has a new album now. I'll admit, I don't really follow her, but that's great. Yes, Manfred Mann. I enjoy them. Make some more Led Zeppelin content. Okay. Do you like Pink Floyd when Syd Barrett was still with them? Of course. I mean, I think without Syd Barrett, there would be no Pink Floyd as we know it today. But it's like, to me, it's like a different band. It's like Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac versus what, you know, most people think of Fleetwood Mac, you know. I almost see them as two different bands because, you know, stylistically, they're very different. But also just the time, things were moving so quickly. I mean, you could even say that about the Beatles, too. I mean, the Beatles did the same thing. They're like two different bands. You know, by the end, they're just a totally different group than how they started. So it's not a bad thing. And it's really cool, actually, to hear a group like that morph and change as opposed to like Interpol, which I love Interpol, but let's be honest, you kind of know what you're getting into when you put on an Interpol record. My favorite album overall, you know, it's such a hard choice, but you know, my go-to is just the Blue Album by Weezer, and it just, you know, I think the albums that really resonated with you when you were young just kind of tend to stick with you, and that for me is a magical record. What's my album of the year so far? Ooh, that's such a hard question, because there's been so many good ones. Let me try to give you, I've been writing them down so I don't forget over the years, but I mean, I really like the new Spoon. The Beach House was great. I really liked the Black Country New Road, Ceramic Animal, Big Thief. The King Gizzard album, Omnium Gatherum, was pretty good. I like that a lot. Letting Up, Despite Great Faults, was great. The Dip, I really fell in love with The Dip this year. Monster Rally, War Paint, Lady Ray, Jerry Paper, No Swoon. And there's a newer band I haven't put on that list yet. I'm blanking on the name right now. I think it's like No Wave or something. I put them in my, you know what I'll do? Give me a second, and in the chat, I'll put my, what I've been listening to in September, so y'all can like check out the songs that really resonated with me. This isn't like, how do I put this? This is not my like, these aren't like albums. These are just songs that like, ooh, I love that song, and so I put them in a thing. So here, you guys can check it out. Top 3 albums of all time: The Who's Quadrophenia, Pink Floyd's The Wall, AC/DC's Bonfire. Nice. Do you think the Pink Floyd song "Have a Cigar" would have been even better if Roger had sung it instead of Roy Harper? Yeah. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I like Roy Harper a lot. I have one of his albums. I can't remember the name right now. He's got like a stuffed tiger on him. But yeah, I mean, it's just I would like to hear Roger on that song. I think that would have been really cool. Do I listen to any metal after And Justice for All by Metallica? Yeah, of course I do. I mean, you know, the Black Album came out after. There's a select albums I do enjoy. What was last year's album that I really liked? I can't remember right now. But I will admit, I don't listen to a lot of metal, especially the newer sort of stuff that sounds like golems singing. That's like a trend right now. I noticed if you go to like rate your music, a lot of the top metal albums right now, I forget the genre, the subgenre. It's like not. It's I don't think it's sludge, but it's something, and it's like the vocals are just really off-putting for me, and like I can't understand lyrically what's going on, and so it's like I don't know. I like a bit of melody. I like some guitar solos. So yeah, I'm definitely partial to like 80s metal for sure. But I'm totally open to anything. You have suggestions, let me know. Screamo? Yeah, I remember Screamo. Have I heard the new Beach Boys Ceylon? Oh yeah, I saw the press release for that. I'm a little, I don't know. I think it's good if you don't have those albums already, but for someone like me, I don't know. I don't know if I would go out of my way to get it. I will definitely check out, I think, what is it, Live at Carnegie Hall? That sounds like a cool concert. My favorite albums of 1969. I did a whole video on this, I think. I did a top 10, I believe, of 1969. I mean, Abbey Road's on there. I don't remember. That's the problem. I do these videos and then I forget because that's just how it is. I move on to the next thing. So I put it down in a video, so check it out. Yeah, go. Is this my house or a set? It's a little bit of both. It is my house, but these are panels behind me like you would build in a set, but there's really nothing between them and the actual wall of the house. Have I heard the Marias? Yeah, I like the Marias. We're getting a day one Revolver review. We'll see. I don't know. I will reach out to the people I know at Universal Music, and maybe they can get me an early copy and I can let you know, but I don't have a lot of control over that. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The song I'm most excited to hear remixed is Tomorrow Never Knows. But honestly, the whole album, I can't wait to hear it in stereo. I think, if any... How's that sound, by the way? Is the sounding okay? I think Revolver in stereo is going to be more dramatic, for me at least, than Sgt. Pepper's. While it was a huge improvement, I feel like the stereo mix for Revolver really needed some help. I don't really watch anime, no. I do listen to some Zappa. I'll be honest, like, he's a hard nut to crack for me. Like, I can't figure out the right angle to get into his stuff because, like, musically I like a lot of what he's doing. It's just like lyrically, like Stinkfoot, like I don't get it. Like I'm sometimes surprised how silly is not the right word, but sort of like he is a humorist, and like sometimes it throws me off because the music's like so complicated, but yet the lyrics are kind of silly in a way. So I'm sure there's like a perfect album for me, and I just haven't found it yet because there's so many. Do I have any favorite soundtracks from the 70s and 80s? I mean, 80s, boatloads of soundtracks. You know, Legend, E.T. to a certain extent. I'm looking at my soundtrack section. I wish I could thumb through them right now to remember. But 70s definitely, like, Foxy Brown is an amazing soundtrack. Even Taxi Driver, I have that on vinyl. That's really good. All right, I'm just going to switch the record out here real quick. Ugh. Oh dear. That was bad. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I've never really listened to this album, so I'm borrowing it right now. So I might as well check it out, right? Yeah, there we go. Make that stick a little better. Yeah, let's do that. Have I listened to the Idle Race? No, actually. Oh, thanks, Truth Malice. Yeah, that's a great album. Yeah, I listened to one of the new singles by Arctic Monkeys. Favorite meal to eat? Oh, man. I mean, it's hard to beat really good pizza. But honestly, I like meals that are well crafted. Like there's some artistry put into it. Like the chef is really good at what they do, and there's like different types of textures and stuff. So it's not like one particular type of food, but yeah, like really well crafted food. I did watch Breaking Bad. I love The Cure. Do you think Giles Martin should go through the rest of the Beatles catalog? I would like to see him at least do Rubber Soul, and then it would be great if he covered like Magical Mystery Tour. But like the early albums, I think they're fine in mono, and I don't know how much. I know he like is getting fatigued on Beatles stuff, so yeah, I'd be fine if he took a break for a while and didn't touch the other stuff. I mean, maybe Sam Okell. I don't know how much he has to do with all this stuff. I mean, I don't know how the trade-off works between those guys, but maybe he could overtake it and then Giles could just oversee it. But you know what's interesting? I didn't pick up on this before, but in one of the interviews I was reading, Giles was talking about, like with Paul McCartney, with this particular Revolver mix, he had this thing set up to where he had the original stereo mix and the new mix, and Paul could just hit a button and switch between the two, and so he could like give notes on what they had done, and it was pretty close to final form. But yeah, I don't know, I really like that idea. But yeah, I guess I don't know why I didn't think this, but yeah, all the Paul and Ringo, and then obviously the estates of John and George all have to approve these mixes. So, and I don't know. I don't have. That's it. Rubber Tires. Do I like Big Star? Yes. My favorite hip hop album. Honestly, I tend to really like instrumental hip hop stuff, but the score by the Fugees is excellent. Damn by Kendrick Lamar is great. I really fell in love with that one. Yeah, I'll admit I don't have a great answer for all of that. Kids See Ghost is great, but that's almost an EP. Is there an album that you love that doesn't give enough credit? Yeah, there's a lot, but like, well, I don't know. There's this album by Jorge Dalto that I love, and I don't think anyone really knows about it. I don't even know if it's on Spotify. Let me see if it is. Yeah, it's not even on Spotify. It's just a really good jazz funk album. What's your developments, PUK015? I don't have a favorite score by Lalo. Love Weezer, Hot Rats, One Size Fits All, Roxy, and Elsewhere, or Joe's Garage. Okay, thank you. No desire to see Roger Waters. Yeah, I don't either. I don't really care. Oh, what's up? Hi from the Philippines. Am I excited for the Beach Boys Sailor? Excited is not the word I would use. I'm interested in it. I'd like to check it out, but honestly, Revolver's taking all my excitement right now. Do I prefer the Arctic Monkeys or the Strokes? The Strokes are comfort food, but the Arctic Monkeys are more interesting to me. Have you listened to Fontaine's DC new? I don't think I have. Let me see. Sometimes I forget and I have to go. No, I don't think I have. No. Thank you for the reminder, though. Favorite band of the 90s? I mean, yeah, Weezer. Oh, yeah, it was Roger Waters who was blaming Ukraine. Peppermint Trolley Company, no. If I had to pick, what is my favorite record I own based on aesthetics? How important do you think the novelty... Your thing just went away. Important novelty of the record's overall packaging is versus sound and music? I mean, I'm a visual person, and I think, like, that's a huge... The visual presentation is huge for me. Even, like, smell of the paper adds to it. Like, there's a Goo Goo Dolls album, A Boy Named Goo, that the paper has a certain smell. But, yeah, what's my favorite album just on the aesthetics? Probably Sticky Fingers. Just the absurdity of that zipper on a record. It's just hilarious to me. And it came out at like the height of, I think, packaging design for albums was, you know, the 70s. Like almost every album was a gatefold. Santana, I think Santana had that crazy like multi fold out record. It was just insane. Like Yes had a crazy one that was like an accordion style. Someone may have asked you, is your Patreon looking like it will make the... It's getting there, yeah. I mean, it's, you know, there was an initial, like, blitzkrieg, and I was really overwhelmed by the support. It's been awesome. And it's like, I'm still getting in, you know, new members, which is great. A little short of my 1% goal, but I'm just very, very grateful and thankful for the support that's come in already. It's incredible. Oh, look at that. I just got a new member right now. Kurt. Thank you, Kurt. I don't know if you're watching. Do I like Body Paint by Arctic Monkeys? I'm not familiar with the name of that. Oh, that's the new single, right? Yeah. No, I really like that. Yeah. Favorite 50s and 60s jazz albums? I mean, yeah, Take 5. Or sorry, Time Out. That's the name of the album, Time Out, by Dave Brubeck. What is it? Monin by Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. My Favorite Things, John Coltrane. Kind of Blue, Miles Davis. There's other ones. I'm looking over where they keep them, and I'm blanking on the other ones. Am I into Devo or the Tubes? I like Devo. I grew up knowing the Tubes before I even heard their music because they would always do this like New Year's Eve show in Santa Cruz, and like I never quite understood it. But no, I'm not that much into the Tubes as much as I like Devo. Oh, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the super chat, Jay Fretless. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. What is my favorite movie song of all time? Probably the Breakfast Club, Simple Minds song, Don't You Forget About Me. That's what I'm going to say right now. It probably changes. Would I make a video showing off my entire record? Actually, I have to now. I had a goal on my Patreon page at set at $500 to show off my collection. So yeah, I will be doing that, but it will be for my members only. And honestly, I'm still kind of going through my collection and letting go of stuff. Not because I need room, but just like I'm realizing like maybe a little too late, but like a collection should be really a reflection of like who you are. And not that it wasn't before, but like I hung on to a lot of stuff that maybe I didn't love, and it was just like, I should probably let this stuff go, you know. Does that make sense? I don't know. What do I think is the best final studio album for any artist? Oh, I don't have a great answer at the moment. I mean, it's not the best, but I feel like Led Zeppelin ended pretty good the way they did. The Beastie Boys felt a little... It was good, but I don't know. I don't think they were expecting that to be their last, you know what I mean? One of the worst is The Clash. That was weird, but that, I don't know, some people don't even consider that really a Clash album. Oh, Aaron, dude, that's amazing. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot. Have I listened to Carl how do you even say that? Wallingser's World Party? No. Oh, Angus, dude, thank you. Oh yeah, we'll talk about the wall at Quadrophenia. Yeah, man, sounds good. Be there all night. Probably have to get a couple beers for all that. Although I do like cider. That's one of my favorite. Carl. Okay, yeah, I don't know this at all. World Party. Yeah, I don't know this. I'll check it out though. Who's my favorite? Crosby, Stills, Nash, or Young? I'm going to go with Neil Young. I didn't watch Moon Age Daydream yet. Most underrated musical instrument, probably an oboe or a French horn. Favorite Who album? What is it? Neck? Who's Next? Is that it? I don't know if that's blasphemous to say. Yeah, Who's Next? I really like that one. What's the strangest sounding or looking album you've come across? Strangest sounding is a soundtrack to Eraserhead. Weirdest looking, strangest looking. I don't know. Favorite song from Dookie and Demon Days. Demon Days, shoot, what's the name of it? Tokyo? I think it's a, I have to look it up. Give me a second. Oh, Don't Get Lost in Heaven's amazing, but it's a outtake or something. Oh, Misha, dude. You're too kind, man. Thank you. I love your music. Everybody, check out Misha's music. Amazing stuff. But yeah, there's a song. I guess it's not on Demon Days, but they performed it. I think it's Hong Kong. I think that's the song I love. But it's not officially on Demon Days. Dookie, I think it's She is probably my favorite. Well, the larger three pictures, yeah, probably not straight. Yeah, I'll deal with it later. Thank you for letting me know, though. My favorite Exotica album. Ooh, I don't know if it counts, but I mean, I love Esquivel's stuff. I love Other Worlds, Other Sounds, but yeah. I like The Weeknd a lot. What records do I enjoy playing during the fall season? Probably like What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. Probably some Death Cab for Cutie. I did do Sticky Fingers way back when. It's probably under my like early years playlist. Bloodhound Gang. I never really got into their music. I enjoyed that one song that was on the Tomb Raider soundtrack, I think, because I worked in the theater at the time, so I heard it a lot. How do I keep my hair that way? A lot of product. Oh yeah, Gene Rains, Far Across the Sea. Yeah, no, Gene Rains is amazing. Yes, Big Mick Large Huge. That's a great username, by the way. Favorite record for Sunday morning. I really like the Cranberries. I don't know. I listen to so much new music. It's like I don't always have like go-tos for certain days. Sometimes I do, but have I ever hated a Beatles song? Yeah, absolutely. I hated Maxwell's Silver Hammer for a long time. Lovely Rita, I hated for a long time. It's on the D-sides, thank you. What's the worst album I've ever listened to? Probably Metal Machine Music by Lou Reed. Do I watch current superhero TVs? I've been watching The Boys right now. I've been really enjoying it. I never actually watched Mad Men. Have you been a fan of Chick Corea? Yeah, I like Chick Corea. You know, I got a little weirded out by his, choice of Scientology, but I don't hold that, I didn't hold it against him, but, really hated Strawberry Fields Forever. That's interesting. Favorite song is Ziggy Stardust. I gotta look at the song titles. I don't always remember their names. Probably Starman. I think Starman is probably the one. Where do I buy my suits? It's been a while, but I primarily got them from thrift stores. Half Asleep Chris. Okay. What do I think of the Fireman albums? They're interesting. Has music gotten worse? No, I just think it's collectively hard to... What am I trying to say? I think pop music has gotten... I shouldn't say that either. No, I don't think music's any worse. I mean, you look at the bubblegum period of like the late 60s into the 70s, and it was terrible music. But yeah, I don't think it's gotten worse. I don't know. I just think we're so separated now. It's like hard to collectively, all know about the same stuff. It's harder to find diamonds in the rough. I would say the only thing that's kind of weird right now is like there's so much like retro acts in a way, or just like very specific kind of sounding bands. I mean, they're good, but it's like they're like doing an old sound, and it's like very specific and kind of narrow. Oh, happy birthday to your son, Alexander. What's my favorite food at the moment? I just found this amazing recipe for Brussels sprouts, and I absolutely love it. It's one of the best dishes I've ever made, and I've made it a bunch now. Have I listened to Mr. Moral and the Big Steppers? I don't think so. It sounds like a ska band. Oh, sorry. It's Kendrick Lamar. For the life of me, I cannot remember the name of that album. I have listened to it. I've listened to it a couple of times, and I think as a artistic piece of music, it's fantastic. Is it something I like to listen to? No. I feel sort of like I'm eavesdropping on someone's life. And yeah, sometimes it's really hard to listen to. I feel like such an idiot. Wall of Voodoo. Yeah, I totally know Wall of Voodoo. Right, yeah, happy birthday to your son, Alexander. Happy birthday to your son. What are my thoughts on Oasis? Liam Gallagher. It's interesting. Being a kid in America at the time, it felt like Blur versus Oasis. And Oasis seemed to win out, but as I gotten older, I really enjoy Blur a lot more than Oasis. And honestly, I don't know enough about Liam Gallagher's work to really give you an opinion. Do I listen to records with headphones? Yes, but it's not my preferred way to do it. Have I seen the new CCR documentary? No. That sounds cool. Have I done, or am I going to do a show on Pink Floyd? I haven't done it yet. I plan to make a video on my thoughts on the new mix. Thoughts on the upcoming Use Your Illusion remaster. I saw like a press release for it, but I didn't really look at the details. It seems cool. It seems like it's on par with the Appetite for Destruction, but beyond that, I don't know. And honestly, I don't know that album very well. I haven't really listened to the new Animals remix, so I don't know. I don't have an opinion on it yet. The best thing about music is the ability to move me emotionally. emotionally, to make me feel something, to make me relate to a stranger through lyrics. That to me is the best part of music, is the community. Even if I don't understand the language, just to feel something. That to me is powerful. Will I review Wish You Were Here? I don't know. I honestly am feeling less and less inspired to do reviews, if I'm perfectly honest. They're hard to write for me, and I get way more enjoyment like understanding how things came to be, and like if I'm, if all things being equal, I might put more energy into reviews. But like if you look at the numbers, and like I hate doing this, but it's kind of what I do, right? I kind of follow what's, I follow what I want to do, but at the same time, it's like if something's not sticking. Okay, long story. What I'm trying to say is, if I look at the view counts of my reviews versus the making of documentaries, it's a big disparity. So it's like I'm less motivated to put that much effort into a review that does this versus putting the same or not as much effort into a making of documentary that's more fun for me to put together, and it does better. I'm more inclined to go that way. Does that make sense? That's just the way I think, man. It's not always about numbers. I do plenty of stuff just for the love of it. And if it does well, it does well. If it doesn't, oh well. But at least I did it. But yeah, just sometimes if like you keep doing the same thing and you keep getting the same results, I don't know, it becomes less motivating for me to want to keep doing it. So yeah, I don't know. I intend to do Dark Side of the Moon, but after that, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that's a talk for, maybe that's something for a larger discussion. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Yellow Magic Orchestra, I like those guys a lot. I wish the vinyl community was less obsessed with classic rock era. Yeah, no, I get you. It is interesting, but it's also like reflective of like at least to me, the high point of vinyl consumption was like the 70s, and the predominant genre was rock and roll. I look like a superhero without a cape. I like Jimi Hendrix. He's great. Plastic Beach by the Gorillaz, great album. Am I a football fan? I don't really watch sports. I will watch video game speed runs like someone watches sports, but I don't follow any sort of sport. Yeah. Do you think Elvis deserves to be called the king of rock and roll? I think if you add the asterisk 1950s rock and roll, sure. But the king of rock and roll, no. I mean, if anything, I would almost call Chuck Berry the king of rock and roll. But I get why he was named that. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's, I don't know. Yes, Good Kid, Mad City, and To Pimp a Butterfly. Those are great. I didn't see the new Elvis movie. Who's artist that has more than one top 10 out of 10 in my opinion? What artists? Well, definitely the Beatles, definitely Pink Floyd. I mean, I would, yeah, speaking of Kendrick, definitely say Kendrick. I'm looking at my records trying to like jog my memory. I would say Zeppelin probably. Prince probably. Yeah, there's definitely more. I'm a little slow this morning. Ozzy Osbourne is the king. I guess it's not midnight. It's noon. Opinion on Joy. Oh my gosh, I love Joy Division. A band cut too short. Pink Floyd's best album, in my opinion. I think for me, it depends on the day, but like it goes between Dark Side and Wish You Were Here. For me, that's just me. Sometimes it's metal, but it's usually Dark Side or Wish You Were Here. Best concert I've ever been to. I mean, Weird Al is really hard to beat. That, and also it's probably just my rose-tinted glasses. But yeah, he was amazing. Are there any newer artists I've been really into? Yeah, I mean, I just posted. I'll post it again. But like this is like all new music. I just made a playlist, so you can check it out. What's my favorite Beatles song? I don't remember. I did a top 5 Beatles songs. I think it's like Here Comes the Sun, I think. I don't remember. I guess I could look at what did I say? I'm really bad at this stuff. I don't remember this stuff because like I write it down so I don't have to remember it anymore. Oh, here we go. I did. All right. Here Comes the Sun. I did all right. It's not that I'm not into Zappa. I just haven't found the right album to get into him. Does that make sense? His discography is just overwhelming. Do I think the Stones' music has aged better than the Beatles? No. Is Hall of the Mountain King the first metal song? I think we're getting there. I mean, you could even call it Helter Skelter. I like video game music. You can call it like maybe Helter Skelter on the way there. Oh, I got someone else. Jonathan. I don't know if you're watching, Jonathan. Just became a new patron. Thank you so much. Favorite Prince album is obviously, I mean, A Sign of the Times is incredible. Purple Rain is fantastic. But yeah, Sign of the Times is my favorite. Joy Division. Yeah, I love it. I love it. They are fantastic. I actually just picked up the 12-inch Love Will Tear Us Apart. I was stoked to find that. It's a reissue, I think, from 2 years ago, but love that song. I have Substance. No, I don't have Substance. I have Unknown Pleasures, and I'm looking for the Closer. Is it Closer? I'm looking for that still, and then Substance, and then I think we'll be good. And my New Order collection is pretty good. I don't have everything, but it's pretty good. I like the Smiths a lot. New Order is fantastic, but I'm still kind of partial to the darkness that is Joy Division. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you, Alexander. What's my favorite thing I've ever picked up on vinyl? I would say, like, just in general, picking up that copy of Pink Moon was just incredible. I couldn't believe it. I like CCR. Do I have a ring-worn copy of Phantom Comes Alive? I don't recall if mine is that beat up, to be honest. And do I still have it? I might have gotten rid of it. I don't remember anymore. Thoughts on Ghost? I like Ghost. I honestly haven't listened. I don't have anything like Ghost on vinyl. Pink Floyd's best album. I sort of already said this, but it's a toss-up between Dark Side and Wish You Were Here. Which Bob Dylan records do I have? I have probably too many Bob Dylan records. Let's see. I gotta look it up real quick on my Discogs. I have Another Side, Before the Flood, Blonde on Blonde, self-titled debut, Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2, Bring It All Back Home, Highway 61, Nashville Skyline, New Morning, Planet Wave, Self-Portrait, Slow Train Coming, and The Freewheeling Bob Dylan. I like ambient music a lot. Do I still listen to King Gizzard? Yes, but I've recently cut down my collection because I'm gonna go broke trying to collect everything, and honestly, I don't love everything they've done, especially some of the earlier output, so I've been sort of like being more selective. Would I stop listening to someone because of a controversy surrounding the artist? It's kind of it's a gray issue. It depends. It really depends on, like, I still listen to Michael Jackson. Let's just put it that way. I don't know if I'd listen to Gary Glitter, just because I don't necessarily like the music. But yeah, if like lyrically doesn't reflect like who the artist is, and if they're dead, that changes it. But yeah, I'm not gonna go actively support someone who is very out, like Morrissey is an interesting character because, like, while I love a lot of the Smiths and even some of his solo stuff, he himself, I don't think I don't like him as a person. So it's like, I don't want to like support him. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it depends. I think it's an artist by artist, case by case sort of situation. But I mean, I think there is always merit in having, you know, a separation between an artist and like their actual, you know, personal life. But at the same time, it's like, you know, someone like Woody Allen, if you're like continuing to support them, it's sort of like, you know, it's sort of like, I don't know, man. That's a personal choice. Yeah. You know, the one thing I made it a point to sort of, I don't know how much this matters or even relates, but like, I've always been sort of aware of mixing with the Geek, doing cocktails with artists, and if like they had like a real substance abuse problem, how that can be somewhat of a like for instance, like Jimi Hendrix. Whoa, Jimi Hendrix. Like, I've always been a little weary of that. Is my sound still okay? I did bump my mic. Yeah, Ryan Adams. You know, I guess for me, I never really got into Ryan Adams, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But that's someone like who I wouldn't go at him. You know, I wouldn't try to support, but like I probably wouldn't talk about him on my channel. But yeah. Do I like Depeche Mode? Yeah. Your vinyl amp just broke. Oh man. Are you talking about like a preamp or like your actual receiver that powers your speakers? Let me know. I need more details. But for under $100, you're probably gonna be wanting to look for something used. How many Radiohead records do I have? That's a good question. I don't know Love Deluxe. Can you elaborate? I'm not familiar. I could probably... Okay, hang on. Let me answer this other question. Radiohead. I have a Moonshaped Pool, Kid A, OK Computer. Wait, I have 2 copies of OK Computer. I don't know why that's not showing. Maybe I got rid of one. I don't remember now. But yeah, I only have Moonshaped Pool, Kid A, OK Computer. I have OK Not OK, the 2017 version of it, and I have Kid A Amnesia as well. I love All Things Must Pass. It's a great double album. Because it's a triple album, knocks it down a little bit, like the Apple Jams, I think are awesome that they're included, and I just consider them a B-side, if that makes sense. They're like the extended edition. Like, to me, the core album is the double album. Do I think the 80s was the most experimental decade for music? That is a tough question. I think it's easy to think that because of the proliferation, is that the right word? The sudden explosion of keyboards and synthesizers and music, and it like penetrated all genres, you know what I mean? So I think like in that sense, yeah, and you get like guys like Philip Glass who are doing like crazy cool stuff, and like even Robert Fripp, right? But like I would almost argue in terms of genre defining decade. I mean, look at the 60s from like 1960 to 1969, like things really diverged in terms of sound. Like I would almost say like, and still granted by the end of the 60s things were still rudimentary, and the 70s sort of came in and refined it better. But I would almost say, because like I used to DJ parties and stuff, and like I would do like 50s and then I transitioned into the 60s, and I noticed like by the time you got towards the mid to late 60s, it was really hard to go between genres. You almost had to like find that in-between song to go from like 60s soul to 60s rock. Like at least to me, like things didn't necessarily jive, versus like anything 50s almost just kind of flowed into each other, and even like early 60s stuff. So I don't know. But like, you know, you get the birth of surf music, surf rock, you get like soul really, I feel like comes into its own. But yeah, even in the 80s though, definitely hip hop coming into its own, even though it sort of got birthed in the 70s, really the 80s was the explosion of hip hop. So I don't know. I feel like you can make an argument for either decade, really. It's interesting to think about. My favorite song on Pet Sounds is, what is that? I'm gonna mess up the name of it. Give me a second. Probably God Only Knows. Yeah. I didn't see the new Elvis film. Freak Out is cool, definitely. Any plans on Jefferson Airplane Yeah, I have an idea for Jefferson Airplane, and I was recently going through my collection of their stuff. I watch occasionally the Parlogram auctions. I do watch his content. Thoughts on Jeff Buckley? Oh gosh, yeah, I have Grace up on my wall. Incredible album. Life Gone Too Soon. What do I think of Revolver Deluxe not having a Blu-ray disc? I thought it did. Does it not? I guess they're just Dolby Atmos. I thought it had a surround mix. Does it not? Why am I thinking otherwise? I thought there was, because can you put 5-point or Atmos mixes on a CD? I don't think you could. I guess you can. I don't know. I don't mess with that stuff. I don't have a high-end system like that. Have I listened to Ants from Up There by Black? Is that the new one? I don't know why I can't remember album names right now. Oh yeah, that's a phenomenal. I like that more than their first one, to be honest. Or not their first one. I'm not really familiar with the band. For the first time. Yeah, I like it more than that album. What's my favorite soundtrack album? The Dune soundtrack, the new one. Wow, that was incredible. But favorite, I don't know if I have one right now. Let Go by Not a Surf is fantastic. Video essays on Queen. Okay. I'll look into that. I don't have anything right off the top. John Anderson, I love his voice. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road is a great album. Opinions on The Jam and The Cure. I mean, The Cure is one of my favorite bands, and The Jam, I was definitely late to the party, and I really enjoy them, but I would probably rank Cure above The Jam. Favorite Funkadelic album? I don't know. I don't think I have one. The Queen, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do a record on the Queen. How about the Surf Punks? I don't know them. Opinions on King Gizzard. I really enjoy their exploration in music. It's really fun to listen to them. Oh no, why the long face? Weird Al, what do I think is his best parody? Oh gosh, I used to have an answer for that. Why don't I? Well, I would, I mean, Smells Like Nirvana is incredible. Microtonal Banana is great. I love that. It's a great album. Well, I've heard of the Rainbow Goblins. No, that sounds amazing. Allman Brothers are great too. That's a band I came around to late to the party. Is anybody watching the new Rings of Power? Anybody watching that? Do I like Queens of the Stone Age? Yeah, I like them. It's not a band that's like really like struck a chord with me, to be honest. What album am I currently searching for? Or I want to pick up the new Animals remix. I don't know. I had a running list for a while, but I think Oh, I'm looking for the Batman soundtrack from '89, the Prince version. Okay, not really worth the outrage. Okay, thank you, CG Jr. Beverly Hillbillies, Money for Nothing. Such a funny one, Kazal actually got. Yeah. That's a great cover. I mean, parody. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. And the video is fantastic too. How old am I? I am 40 this year. Have I thought about doing porn for extra cash? No, I haven't. I think I'd rather bartend. That's a tube amp, right? Yeah, it's by Fez Audio out of Poland. Favorite Elton John song? Crocodile Rock. Probably like Tiny Dancer. Although Holiday Inn is a really good song too. You have a lot of old albums from Venezuela. Ooh, that sounds like a cool collection. I have Ray Parker's vinyl with the extended Ghostbusters mix. That's awesome. Have I heard of Action Bronson? Yeah, I like Action Bronson. Opinion on Herb Alpert. I have a soft spot for Herb Alpert, but I actually let go of most of my records except for Whipped Cream. I do not look 40. Thank you. I moisturize. All right, Karate Kid Part 2. You read my mind. Thought on Elton John's funeral for a friend. Love lies bleeding. Why? I'm sorry. I'm really bad with titles, and that's not ringing a bell for me right now. I wish I could give you an opinion on it. Let me see if I can jog a memory. Oh yeah, this is epic. God, I remember listening to this in junior high. That's so funny. Have I watched for Battle for Dream Island? No, what is that? Do I dress this way all the times or just for videos? This all the time. I'm always wearing Hawaiian shirts. Aloha shirts. Yeah, I'm always wearing shirts like these. The suits, not so much. If I lived in a cooler climate, I probably would wear suits more. But it's just so gosh darn hot most of the year. It's just uncomfortable. I like Talking Heads a lot. Better piano player, Elton John or Billy Joel? Oh, that's such a hard question. I don't know. I don't know because I've never thought of them in those terms. I've always think of them as singers, not necessarily piano players, but that's a great thought. Battle for Dream Island is on YouTube. Okay. What the heck is it? Is this animation? Oh my goodness, this looks ridiculous. I'll check it out. Oh, thank you, Bo. Thank you for your suggestion. What's the gold record behind you? I don't know. We tried to figure it out one time, but no. My favorite album of 2022 so far, I don't know. I've been trying to. I keep track of my stuff. I will say though, have you all heard of Mama, the band Mama? I've been really liking their stuff. Favorite Paul McCartney or Wings album? My favorite Paul McCartney album is probably RAM. Do I have any ELP? I believe I do. I haven't gone through that section yet, so I probably still have a few records left by then. Yeah, I have Brain Salad, Surgery, Tarkus, Trilogy, and then Welcome Back, My Friends, to the Show That Never Ends. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to keep all those. Oh, Salt, yeah. Is that how you say their name? Sault. Hello, my name is Eugene. What's that from? One time I was so into the Beach Boys, several times I wore striped shirts like that. Oh, wow. That is commitment. That's awesome. I am wasting the needle. Oh, you're not happy with Fountains of Wayne? Thoughts on the Buzzcocks? You know, that's another band I should actually dive into. Thank you for the reminder. The Cardigans are great. I remember falling in love with them in the high school. Bay City Rollers? Crazy Joe and the Variable Speed Band. That's a great freaking name. Oh, okay. Right on. Do I like the Doors? Yes. Favorite album is probably Strange Days. Do I collect Blue Note records? Not with any sort of rhyme or reason. I just have a few of them. But no, I don't go out of my way. I like jazz a lot. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't understand it enough to really enjoy it. Like, my friend is a pretty competent musician. He plays like a dozen instruments, and I feel like it's almost like he gets more out of it than I ever will. I don't know. Not that I say I'm stupid, but like, I don't know. When did I realize 90s grunge was dead? Ooh, that's a great... I think when... I was going to say when Bush came out, but no, that's not right. I would say, honestly, because like I was a kid then, so like it felt like grunge kept going for me, but I would say when emo sort of started to take over, probably like for me like mid to late 90s, like when I got into high school. But I was way more into ska at the time anyway. Like ska and punk, like that was more my bread and butter. Like grunge always seemed like my older brother's music. Have I scored any records at yard sales lately? No, I haven't been in such a long time. I've been trading in a lot of stuff and buying a few records here and there. I went to the OC Record Fair recently, and that was cool to check out. I picked up a couple of records, but yeah. What's been my favorite video that I've made so far? I don't know if I have a favorite, man. I know that's like a cop-out answer, but I'm always thinking of like the next thing, so like I don't really sit back and reflect on like my favorite or stuff that was really fun to do. Yeah. Yeah. Gluten and dairy free. No, I'll have cheese. I'll have bread. I just don't eat like mammals, so I don't really eat pork or beef or lamb, whatever else you might eat. I eat chicken, turkey, fish. I try not to eat like a lot of bread, but yeah, I mean, I'll have pizza. Steely Dan's great. I like Steely Dan a lot. Do you like Square Pusher? I'm not vegan. There's some great vegan restaurants, and I'm totally down for it, but like, yeah. I don't know Square Pusher. Huh. You scored a Perez Prado CD. That's awesome. Op Ivy. As a young guy, I really enjoyed Op Ivy, man. Thank you, Tarkus, dude. Early Chameleons, an early 80s alternative band that overshadowed a bit. Okay, wait. Their early alternative band, a bit overshadowed by other more mainstream acts. The Sound, The Cure, or The Smiths. The Chameleons, they're really familiar to me. Why do I know that? Thank you again. That was very generous of you. Thank you so much. Chameleons, I feel like I know them. Huh. Oh, you know what? I think I must have run across one of their albums before. No, that's really interesting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will definitely check them out. And they have, oh, okay, the script of the bridge, I will recheck that out. It's been a while, but it looks like they have a new album, or at least a live album. That's really interesting. Oh, you got flagged there. Have I ever listened to anything by Van Dyke Parks? Yeah. I really like his voice. Right? Am I thinking of the right person? Did he sing, or am I thinking of someone else? Why am I'm so confused right now. Oh, What's Going On? Best Soul album. Ooh, it's definitely up there. I listened to Spiro. How do you say it? Spiro Gaia? Is that how you say it? I do play video games. Yes. I was playing Nino ni Kuni, but I got really bored. The Wrath of the White Witch. It got sort of like wash and repeat, like constantly. I was at a band called Aggie last night. Cool. Do I know the band Small Wonder? I don't think I do. I know like the show Small Wonder. SF Sorrow I really like, but I don't know their early stuff. I should check that out. Four Non Blondes, I mean, I remember when What's Up? Is that what they titled it? But What's Going On? I remember when that came out. Which Beatle do I think had the best solo career? I mean, if we stop it when John passed away, I mean, I would definitely say Paul McCartney did. But even at that time, I think, George was doing pretty good, and he had that project travel, but that came later. John was doing pretty good too. But yeah, I would definitely even say, I mean, obviously now, there's no contest, Paul McCartney, but I think 1980, it was a little harder to say, but I would still lean more towards Paul McCartney. Do I have a favorite instrumental album? I mean, I really love Misha. I don't know if he's still on the program or still on the chat. Panfi Love, his album, Days as Echoes. I'm looking at it right now. It's an amazing album. It's mostly instrumental. Have I heard Obscured by Clouds by Pink Floyd? Yeah, I own it. I don't have any thoughts on it, unfortunately. I have, yeah, Ringo has the best. Yeah. What did I see on Battle for Dream Island? I just saw the thumbnail. Paul made some incredible 80s songs. Say, The Girl Is Mine. Yeah, his Christmas song, absolutely. Thoughts on the Get Back documentary? I did like my top 5 takeaways, but like, I'll sum up by saying it's incredible, but even for me, it was a lot to sit through. So I definitely had to break it up into 6 parts. But yeah, I mean, what a window into the creative process. I mean, I wish we had that for everything they did. Oh my gosh. But I'm just thankful we got what we got. Seals and Croft. I don't know, man. Yacht rock. It's cool, man. It's cool when you're having some wine coolers. I like Huey Lewis in the News. I used to have more of their stuff. I kind of pared down to like sports. I think that's all I have now of theirs. What did the thumbnail look like? I don't know, man. It looked like a thumbtack about to hurt somebody. My favorite movie of all time. I mean, I love Big Trouble Little China, but I don't know if that's still my favorite. Maybe Aliens. What do I think of the current BTS fever and their fans chanting best band of all time? Is that Korean pop, the K-pop band? I haven't listened to them at all. Have I played Super Mario 64? Yes. Beat it. Mario Kart 64? Yes. I love GoldenEye. Star Fox is good. I never played Bad Fur Day. And I haven't really done Kirby 64. What's better, two-tone or third wave? I mean, since I lived through third wave, I'm a little partial to it, but I always remember really loving just the feeling of two-tone. There was something, especially the specials, just something really, really magical about their stuff. I like Joni Mitchell, yeah. Any krautrock rock in my collection? I think I have one 12-inch of, what's their name? Why can't I remember their name right now? Autobahn, what's their name? Can't think of it right now. I play guitar. I, at one point, could say I played trumpet, but that is not the case anymore, as I found out very recently. What? All right, I'll check out Battle for Dream Island. Primus. Primus is a band I never quite got. It's sort of like Zappa. Kraftwerk, thank you. I couldn't think of that. I don't remember Bram Stoker's Dracula soundtrack. Xylophone. Xylophone's cool. Thoughts on Oasis? Yeah, I appreciate Oasis and I like a lot of the singles. I would just say the albums themselves do not resonate with me as much as say Blur. Thoughts on Greta Van Fleet? I don't know, man. They're not for me, but I respect what they do. Am I going to do a review of the deluxe edition of Revolver? Yes, I would definitely buy it. Again, I don't know if you should pre-order it. I don't think you need to, but I'm definitely going to talk about it. Whoa. Leela Love. That's amazing. You found 40 records on a New York City sidewalk. That's amazing. I've done that before, and those are some great records. How was the condition of them? That's a great start. That's awesome. Any thoughts on these movies? Clerks is cool if you like dialogue movies. I don't love Kevin Smith movies. I'll just put it that way. Superbad, I loved it at the time. Back to the Future, one of my favorite movies. Pineapple Express, never saw it, and I didn't see Bullet Train. Incubus, I remember Incubus. Fan of 80s hair metal bands? Absolutely. Thoughts on Dream Theater? What do you mean? Like Styx Dream Theater? Am I thinking this right? You gotta give me more. I'm a little old today. A little slow. Dream Theater. Oh, wait. That band. Oh, yes. What the heck? Images and Words? Love that album. I don't have these things in the back of my head. Sorry. Rainbow. Yeah, I like Rainbow. Supertramp's great. Shut Up Your Face. I don't know that. Mac DeMarco's great. What's better, The Seeds or DeCapo? Ooh, I'm gonna go with DeCapo. I love The Seeds, but yeah, Love's Got My Love, man. Have I seen Sausage Party? No, I didn't know. Sorry. Good soundtrack album to buy, Transformers the movie. Is that from the 80s, like the original? Nick Mason is touring right now. Yeah, I saw the press release for that. I think it's cool that he's doing that. Thoughts on America? I mean, what, they just had that one song, right? I think I saw them. I think I saw them at the boardwalk, the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, one of those oldies nights, free concerts. The Animals. I like the Animals. Yeah, it's not a band I like go back to a lot. David Bowie's great. Tommy Wiseau. All right, what Willie thinks. We're not going there right now, bud. Gil Scott. I always get his name wrong. It's Huron or Huron. How do you say his name? I think he's brilliant. What the heck was I watching where they played some of his poetry? It was so good. And then he was married to somebody. I can't remember right now. But I love his stuff. I think... let's see. Yeah, wow, I didn't realize he was... He's already gone. Oh, okay. B.B. King. I like B.B. King. The Easy Beats. Don't know them. Have you heard about the new Beach Boys box set? Yeah. I saw the press release. Favorite David Bowie album from the Berlin trilogy? Probably Heroes, I mean. All right. What do we got here? Thoughts on Green Day's debut album. Is it 10 what's it? Slap Happy Hours 10,099? Is that considered their debut? Even though it's kind of a comp. Who do I think is the biggest in the genre? Glam rock, Elton John, or David Bowie? Bowie. I think influential, David Bowie, but it's hard to beat the costumes Elton John had. Kind of incredible. All right, we're going to put on... What are we going to do? We're going to put on this test pressing I got of this kind of obscure LA band. They're called something in the Larks. I can't even read the handwriting on this test pressing. The album's called Super Slick. So we're going to put this on, and this will be the last record for today because I'm getting a little hungry, and it is lunchtime. So we're going to do that. Alrighty. Any Weird Al parody I prefer over the original? Probably Like a Surgeon. The Arcs, Black Keys, yeah. Yeah, definitely like the Black Keys. Thoughts on Foreigner? I don't love... I would rather listen to Journey over Foreigner. Have I ever listened to Roger Waters live? Or have I ever seen Roger Waters live or Paul McCartney? No, I have not. Thoughts on Audioslave? I like Audioslave. For a second thought, I thought it was Lake, Tongues, and Aspic, but Cream Crimson. What do you... Oh, okay. Just another band from LA. Opinion on Black Sabbath. Love Black Sabbath. Those first 4 albums are incredible. Do I believe the essence of Pink Floyd was Roger Waters? I think the essence of Pink Floyd... Okay, let's be clear about this. Let's say the 1970s period, the most popular, right? I would say the essence of that band came from the conflict. Not just necessarily the conflict between the members, but the conflict they were facing outside as a band. Because each album is a little different. Obviously, like The Wall had a lot of interpersonal stuff. Dark Side of the Moon, you know, they were kind of stuck, and Roger came in with a lot of stuff, and they kind of went with it. But like they were also like, you know, feeling very alienated from the world in essence, in terms of like, you know, the album kind of reflects that, and they did sort of touch on Syd Barrett and that, and obviously Wish You Were Here touches on that, and just like dealing with like society and how they all fit in, and obviously, you know, animals. But yeah, I think there is a push and a pull. I mean, I don't want to give Roger 100% credit, because I feel like every member contributed in that period. Maybe not to the same level as Roger, but I definitely think having that conflict and having to, like, maybe not butt heads, but I think just having a compromise and or try to collaborate to get something done, like a lot of creativity came out of that. And so like when you take that, because I mean, to be honest, I don't think you say, you know, later Pink Floyd doesn't have that same thing. I don't think later Roger Waters is as good as the stuff he was making with Pink Floyd. So, you know, I think there's something to be said. The time and the place and the personalities, you know, created that magic. And then once you leave, I don't know, I think it's gone. You think the Ceylon Sailor box set is better than Revolver? I do not agree. Barrett was his own thing. Yes, he was. Do I wear any formal hats? No. Most hats I don't think look that great on me. Opinion on Billy Preston's solo work? I don't have an opinion. Honestly, I don't know his work well enough. He was there without being there. That's the essence. Interesting. Interesting. You should elaborate on that. You're welcome. You're welcome, Sarim. I hope I'm saying your name right. Bookends or Bridge Over Troubled Water as the best Simon & Garfunkel album. That's a good question. I might go with Bookends with that one. Didn't I? Yeah, I mean, I met him when I like got his autograph, but I didn't, you know, hey, how's it going, Billy? What you up to today? It wasn't like that. It was just like, whoa, hey, Billy, I'm a nerdy 14-year-old. I don't remember how old I was, but yeah. I at one point started to collect reel-to-reel, but I gave up very quickly. Mrs. Robinson is a great song, but the movie kills it for me, The Graduate. I can't stand to listen to that song. You look like you can rock a nice watch. I have one watch that was a groomsman gift, and I don't really wear it that much. What do I think about selling England by the pound? I own it. Honestly, I haven't really given it much thought. Encouraging Words by Billy Preston is an incredible album. It has no skips. Okay. Awesome. I will add that to my to listen to list. Ooh, I did not spell that right. Thoughts on Elvis Presley? Icon, for sure. I like his rockabilly stuff the most, though. Do I rewind my vinyl? Sometimes I do. Listen for the secret messages. They tell me what to do. Best Queens of Stone Age album? I don't know. Thoughts on Crosby, Stills, and Nash? I think their first album's pretty good. Favorite Wiggles song? I don't have one. Oh yeah, you moved? I'm sorry, bud. You can always get back into the game, man, but I can understand if you don't. An Argentinian band, Soda Stereo. Are they even on? Oh, they are. Okay. How am I today? I'm okay. Thank you for asking. I'm all right. I'm pretty stoked about the response I'm getting with my latest video. I'm getting a lot of support, which is on my Patreon page, which is awesome. Like, I'm really excited to see that community grow. The Ventures or the Shadows? Ooh, I would go with the Shadows. I love the aesthetic of Reel to Reel, how the player looks. I just don't want to go down another. Yeah, same here, dude. Thoughts on Frank Sinatra? I love the idea of Frank Sinatra. I love the album art, his gravitas. I think when he, like, his command of the microphone, and like his work with Nelson Riddle, Quincy Jones, just that sound he created. But like him as a person, I don't know, man. Have you ever thought about quitting vinyl? I've thought about like seriously reducing my vinyl a lot. I don't think I'll ever have as many records as I did. I can't imagine. Like the amount I have now is almost too much, I think, even now. But like, you know, some people have way more than me, and I'm just like, I don't know how you listen to it all. I don't think you do. System of a Down. You know, I never really got into them. Favorite cartoon. I don't know if I have one right now. Have you ever listened to the Beatles' Love album? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I think it's interesting. I do like what they did with it. What is the best artist post 2010? In your opinion, it is The Weeknd. The best artist. Oh man, I can't even remember what I did last Tuesday. You're gonna ask me to think about the last 12 years, the best new artist to come out? Shoot, man. I don't know. No one's jumping out for me. Doesn't mean I don't have an idea. I can't. It's hard for me to think like that. I don't love that you have 1,000 records. Yeah, that's a pretty good spot. Thoughts on the Eagles. Eagles, I get why they're so popular. I just don't like to listen to them. Do I recommend any other vinyl related channels? I like what is it? 33 and what's his name? 33 and a third RPM. I really like Baraka P Dub. He does some really cool videos. Pop Goes the 60s. I really enjoy his stuff. People have been mentioning Parlogram Auctions. I can't say that name right. What is it? Noble Records, I think, is really good. Too Many Records. I'm looking through my subscriptions here. Yeah, there's probably other ones out there. Do I like CDs? CDs are fine, but they're a means to the end. Like I don't need CDs, but they're cool. Do I have any thoughts on early Bee Gees albums? I don't really listen to their stuff. Thoughts on Santana? I like some of his stuff, but like for the most part, I'm not a big Santana guy. Will I review video game music? Probably not. And that's a larger discussion. It's not anything against video game music. If anything, I might do like a retrospective on video game music, but I don't think I will be doing a review. I haven't really listened to the new Animals remix. Best Rush album, Permanent Waves, or I'm partial to Moving Pictures, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I didn't really listen to the new 2022 soundtrack for the Batman. I love I Am the Walrus. My wife says it's not as good as I reckon it is. Are you talking about... Wait, why am I so confused right now? Probably because I need to eat. I think it's a great song. What doesn't she like about it? Hendrix is fantastic. Ever heard the album Russia Blood to the Head? Yeah. Coldplay, man. That's great. Like Townes Van Zandt. Yes, but it's something I should get more. I should get more into his stuff to be better able to give an opinion. Chicago. There's a time and a place for Chicago, but it's not most of the time for me. EOLO, love EOLO. Yeah, well, I think it's like malapropisms, right? It's a fun song. What's my favorite Bowie album? I mean, I feel like Black Star is incredible, but it's such a hard thing to listen to. But my favorite album is just to kind of like vibe with is Ziggy Stardust. Thoughts on Reverend Horton Heat? Fantastic musician. I got to see him once. The guy is incredible. The way he can just bust out Rock Around the Clock solo, I'm forever envious. Yeah, cool guy. Top Exotica artists, Martin Denny, what's his name? He was just brought up. I made a video on it. I can't think of names right now. Les Baxter, Arthur Lyman, Gene Rains, Robert Drosno, all good stuff. Esquivel. I tried to get into Bad Bunny, man. I don't think it's for me. There's a little too much going on with the voice manipulation. It just, I don't know. It sounds like a computer I'm listening to. Also, I don't know. I get the appeal. I just don't think it's for me. I like Steve Miller Band. Favorite obscure lounge albums? I like a Combustible Edison a lot. The sort of the lounge revival. Kanye East. Tekashi 69. I didn't really get into him. What's the hardest record in my collection for you to get? What was the hardest record? You know, honestly, what's so strange is I'm having the hardest time finding the Capitol release Beatles story. Like, no one seems to have it. It's really weird. It's not very expensive. I would say the hardest one for me to track down was like the Let It Be Mobile Fidelity. It just was like hard to find that for a decent price. Lizzo. I don't really listen to Lizzo. I don't follow a lot of current pop music, I'll be honest. I give it a shot every once in a while, but maybe if it's like dance pop, I'm more into it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm just feeling my age there. It's not a spring chicken no more. The Dead, yeah, I've been trying to like decide if I'm into the Grateful Dead or not. Like, I remember one time I was a little drunk and I was really into them, but like otherwise, I don't know. Deep Purple album, I don't know, man. Station to Station's great. Fish, I don't really listen to Fish. Chicken or Chicken. Did I touch the grooves? I don't feel like I did touch the grooves. What's a music genre you can't get into no matter how hard you try? Usually my answer is trap. But I would say like contemporary country music, like not like Sturgill Simpson and Casey Musgraves, but like just like the run of the mill stuff on the country radio station. I cannot get into. I love Neutral Milk Hotel. I don't listen to Pavement. Not that I'm not into it. Yeah, I will get some food. We'll finish out this side and then I'll call it a stream. Meatloaf. I don't understand Meatloaf. I really, really don't. Like, his record covers look so badass, and then you put the needle on, and I'm just scratching my head. Like, what? What is this? Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say your username. ADMK. ADEMK. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was very generous of you. Yeah, CCR is... I mean, they're classic, you know. Have you ever seen The Rain? And what was the other Rain song they did? I love those songs. What do I do for a living? I mean, this is kind of like what I do now. In my latest video, I talk about how I lost a couple of my jobs and they just never came back. And I do property manage as well, so I'm a kind of a handy guy. I can change toilets, I can fix sinks, I can switch out valves, I can do some electrical work I don't like to. I can do drywall, I can do, I do woodworking. I just repaired a window sill. I can cut wood. I had help, but I built these record racks. But yeah, And also, I'm an actor, so, but that's like, you know, it's hard to rely on that, at least in my position. Like, you know, when you book a job, it's amazing, you get paid well, but then, you know, when's the next job coming? So, oh, we got another Patreon member just joined. I don't know if you're watching the stream, but thank you. Not the real Jack F. Thank you so much. Yeah, Ran by Paul McCartney is great. Build you a treehouse. I will say, I'm probably not the best person. I'm not a great engineer. I can see something and be like, that's probably not gonna be good. But yeah, you never know. Oh, we have someone else. Oh, we got Christian here, another new patron. Thank you so much, buddy. I don't know if you're watching, but thank you. I will send you a message if you're not watching. I don't know why I'm telling you that you're not watching, but thank you if you are. You work maintenance. Oh, no way. You changed the sink valve. Congrats. You should really try modeling. Yes, I have an agent for modeling. Unfortunately, at my age, people don't want to book you because they'll go with someone who's 20. Does that make sense? I think like eventually I'll probably age into a category, but like at this point, you know, I can show you some of my modeling pictures. But yeah, I mean, I used to do a lot more modeling. I think also the part of the problem too is there's just not a lot of money in modeling. A lot of times what happens is like I did a commercial for Kohler and they do what's called a print buyout. So in addition to the commercial, they might take stills as well, and they'll give you a flat fee for that, and then they have unlimited use of your stills. So that can be really great too. It's not like really modeling, but it helps a heck of a lot. Thanks, thank you so much. The Whispers, I don't know them. You thought I was 12, yeah. Thoughts on Christopher Cross? I mean, what he did Lady in Red, right? Am I remembering that right? I don't remember. Never my cup of tea, man. With your music knowledge, I could work with a DJ company. That would be interesting. You know, my fantasy is to be a music supervisor. Well, no, my real fantasy would to be Butch Vig back in the 90s. That's my real fantasy. But yeah, being a producer would be amazing. I mean, I think it would be very tedious, but I think it would be interesting to work with bands in the studio, come up with ideas. That's a fantasy. But yeah, a music supervisor sounds really cool, like finding music for film and TV. However, it's a lot of work, and I know it's a lot of like paperwork to get like rights and stuff like that. But yeah, those sound like cool things. I wouldn't mind like having like a weekly show. Like Henry Rollins has a weekly show on KCRW. That's really cool. And it's neat to hear him talk, and he just plays whatever he wants. Like that would be cool. I would love that. McCartney 1, 2, or 3. I am partial to 1. 3 was great, but 2, I mean, they're all, maybe 1's a little higher, but 2 and 3, they're like right there, man. 2 is so much fun. Kool and the Gang, great band. Your Myers-Briggs personality type, I've never done it. I don't know. I haven't listened to the new Animals mix. What do I think about the Smile sessions? Do I prefer Smiley Smile or Smile Sessions? I prefer Smile Sessions, although if I had my way, I would like truncate it even more. I would reduce it down to a single album. Ever considered making an Exile Main Street retrospective? What I would do, and I don't know if this is the same thing in your mind, but I would do a how it was made. I would do a making of video, and then probably go into the legacy of the album towards the end of the video. That's probably how I would approach it. What do I think of McCartney 3? I really like McCartney 3. I like McCartney 3 imagined more, if I'm honest, but I liked it. Is the vinyl room a set or an actual section of my place? It is a room in a detached garage. So think of Wayne's World, and that's exactly what it is. It is a room. It is a 360 room. The ceiling is not finished on one section, but I mean, there's a ceiling there. It's just not how I like it. Does anyone call me God's jawline on Earth? You're the first person. Thoughts on Leo Sayer? I don't know. Ween. I think they are underrated. I like Twin Peaks a lot up until they reveal who killed Laura Palmer. Then it kind of goes off the rails for me. I will watch Battle for Dream Island. What has the sound been on Beatles single collection box set? Oh, it's okay for the most part. I think there's like one single that I think is kind of not good. I Am Not a Woman. Yeah. We got like 3 songs left. Chet Baker's great. I think he did sing a little flat, but he's got such a cool vibe about him. You know what I mean? On the Spinners, I like the Spinners. Favorite Miles Davis album? It might be Bitches Brew. I like Queen a lot. The Wings are better than the Beatles. No. House tour. I'll do a pad tour. No. Do I like ELO? Yes, I do. Smokey Robinson's great. Do I make music? I did at one point. Much love in the chat for atrocious late 70s top 40 Drek. I've never heard that word. Music from Twin Peaks is better than the show. Favorite music to lie down and look at the stars to. I really like Sigur Rós. Is that how you say their name? The Icelandic band, I think. They're from Iceland. I Don't Hate You, Sir. Wings or Solo McCartney? Solo McCartney. Would you ever do a channel on my dress stuff? No, I don't think there's enough content there for us. I mean, it may be like a personal vlog type channel where I talk about my clothing, but I don't think just on my clothes would be that interesting. Sigur Rós. Thank you. Favorite Billy Joel record? Ooh, it might be Piano Man. Although Light in the Attic? What's it called? That's pretty good. Drake Bell is better than Drake. I might agree. Yeah. Although I think Nick Drake is better than both. Nick Drake or Elliott Smith? They're both great. I can't pick. The Stone Roses. First album, fantastic. Boards of Canada. Oh, they're great. Favorite cocktail? I just like a straight up Cuban daiquiri, man. That's like simple. It's great. We'll ever do a vlog. Like as Eric Calero, like, hey, it's me. Probably not. I don't think so. Cold Spring Harbor is great. Genesis, I like Genesis. Phoebe Bridgers, great. Thoughts on Green Day's Insomniac? Really good. Really good. What brushes? I like to use these old disc washer ones. Favorite Beck album? I started going down his rabbit hole. Like his discography. They're all very different. I don't know if I have a favorite. Lou Rawls, I like his voice. I never really got into like an album of his. Starship's so funny. I have that album that's got We Built This City. It's amazing. Favorite one-hit wonder song? Shoot. Probably Modern English, Melt With You. Or Crowded House's, what is it, Don't Dance? What is it called? Crowded House. What's that song? Don't Stop Dream, or Don't Dream, Dreamin'? What's it called? I don't know. Favorite, I don't have a favorite soundtrack at the moment. Ever bought an album just because I had a cool looking cover? All the time. That's how I bought records as a teenager, man. So much of my record collection was just crap music. Favorite Prince album? Sign of the Times. Is there something in those fish and chips? I don't know, man. Hey, I was curious as to who or what modern hip hop music, underground or so, would you consider to be good? One of my first favorite modern day hip hop, currently in EOS, happens to be Little Ugly Mane. I don't know. I'm a little pickier when it comes to hip hop, just because. Rightfully so. So much of it is lyrically driven, and if that's like kind of all there is, I sort of tune out. But I don't know if Fly Anakin is considered hip hop. It's sort of a I've been really enjoying this album, but I don't know how you would categorize it. I'm just looking through the albums I've saved to kind of get a better idea. Oh yeah, the new Blue Lullaby, Wolf Alice. I really like that one. Magic City Hippies. I really like. And these aren't hip hop. I'm just like looking at albums that are. I really liked that Magdalena Bay remix of Shotgun by Soccer Mommy was really good. I really like Lady Ray. I've been really into like neo soul lately. It's hip enough to make you hop. Ha 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 ha. Boss Gags. He feels like my parents' music. Tyler the Creator. Yes, Tyler the Creator. Gonna get my hip hop album pressed. Oh, that's amazing. Please reach out to me. Send me an email. info@vinylrewind.com. Or sorry, vinylrewind.tv. I didn't listen to Brain Stew. Gorillaz and Blur, some of my favorite musics. John Fahey, yeah. I'm not as into him. Have you watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? No. Thoughts on the Monkees? Monkees I liked as a kid. It's hard for me to listen to them now. Leon Bridges is great. Tom Waits, I like Tom Waits. I think I like him more as an actor. His later stuff, I think he leans really into his voice. I don't love it. Favorite album cover of all time. I think I talked about this earlier, but Sticky Fingers is great. I don't know Yonkers. What did Tyler create though? He created Joy. Joe Bryant would be cool. Retrospective. Oh yeah. Interesting. I think I remember checking him out. If I remember correctly. Oh yeah, Joe Bryant. Yes. Yeah, what an interesting character. I feel like the label was like really set to like he was gonna be the next David Bowie or something. That could be a cool angle. Yeah. Anyway, now you got me thinking. You know, I keep trying MF Doom, and I feel like MF Doom is sort of like Zappa for me. Like I get that he's great, I understand it, but like I haven't found the hook that gets me into his music. Like half the time I can't understand what he's saying, and then the other times it's like, is he rapping about food? Like I'm so confused. Like for me, I like Aesop Rock, like that's more like my style. But Kraftwerk, yeah. Motley Crue, yeah. Motley Crue is cool. Oh, you get to hang out with John Fahey. That's awesome. What is that? What are you saying, Jonathan? I don't know. Poink flute. I don't know what that is. Muse is cool. But yeah, it's a band I never quite got into. Favorite B-sides. Yeah, when I'm hungry, every song is about food, yeah. RJD2, yeah, cool stuff. Favorite SpongeBob episode. I like the one where he's trying to get his boating license. Like Serge Gainsbourg a lot. Thoughts on Bjork and, am I saying that right? Bjork and her new album? I don't think I listened to it. Yeah, I haven't listened to it yet. I'll check it out. Captain Beefheart. I like Captain Beefheart. Weird stuff, though. Rival Sons. I don't know them. Drive Introducing by DJ Shadow. I think I do. I do. Wish You Were Here review. What's my favorite Pink Floyd song? What? Comfortably numb? Is that it? Why am I blinking? Why can't I think? Stop. This is gonna bug me. Yeah, it might be comfortably numb. I don't know. Burberk? That's how you say her name? Okay. How did I get into Pink Floyd? Just growing up as a preteen, listening to classic rock radio. Am I on the spit? I don't know what that means. Do I think the greatest rapper of all time is Eminem? Interesting. Favorite ABBA song? I don't love ABBA. I do listen to King Gizzard. Do I prefer U2 or Journey? I'm going to go with U2. Feel Good Inc. or Basket Case? Oh, I'm going to go Feel Good Incorporated. Favorite Abbey Road medley? Oh, geez. I don't know. Golden Slumbers? She came in through the bedroom window. Although I do love Her Majesty. Bob Seger. Bob Seger's great. Bob Seger reminds me of a Pabst Blue Ribbon. What am I going to eat? Probably... Oh, shoot. What am I going to eat? I don't know. I got to figure that out now. Should have thought of that sooner. All right, everybody. That is the end of the record, which means it is the end of the stream. I'm going to head on out and have some food. But thank you all for hanging out. If you stuck around the whole time, that's awesome. But if not, thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Sunday. I'm going to try to do more of these live streams. And yeah, have a spooky October, everybody. Enjoy whatever's left of the weekend for you. All right, everybody. I will catch y'all on the flip side. Take care. Oh, we're going to end it right there.